This is a demonstration of my robot arm controller program to translate one-to-one movement from an HTC Vive controller to a 6-axis robotic arm. We'll start here with the GUI, where we'll go ahead and connect to the ESP8266 microcontroller. We'll click connect here, and what that does is sends up a UDP handshake, and from now on the program is communicating with the controller. The HTC Vive, the Steam VR is already set up and it's receiving inputs from the controller. It will not move until it's within an acceptable range of motion for the arm. So let's pick up the controller and watch the arm move. So you will notice that it is one-to-one movement from the controller to the arm. So if I move the controller back, the arm moves back. If I move the controller forward, the arm moves forward. If up and down is the same, so I can move it up and down, and left and right as well. Now you'll notice that the grabber extension does also rotate as well. So if I tilt the controller up, the arm tilts up. If I tilt the controller down, the arm tilts down. This also works for rotation, as you'll see here. I'll move back to get the controller into view. You'll see here that since these servo motors only have a range of 180 degrees, once it gets past the range of motion that they can provide, it does flip 180 degrees to account for that. So I'll move it up and I'll tilt it down. Another thing that was programmed in was the fact that it will always point towards the correct controller position, depending on the position of the arm extension. So since the controller is always facing the wall, so will the grabber. The angle does adjust to account for the arm position as well. So the grabber will always point the same direction no matter what the angle on the controller is. Once it gets out of view for a certain amount of time, it does reset back to the natural resting position. And once I move the controller back into view, then it continues mirroring all movement. Here's a good example of the angle as it always moves towards the wall.